welcome to Rainy Tuesday, the podcast by friends for friends. I'm here with Ryan.
Hello.
And Adam.
Hello.
How's it going?
Going all right.
Not too bad. Into summer break.
Yeah.
My first 2 weeks of it, and then I'm back to work.
Sure. Ryan's almost done with college. Adam's got another year, and then he's almost done with law school. So close. But very exciting. We were talking about Avatar, not the Last Airbender, the much bigger Avatar.
Avatar, a good one.
Okay. Avatar, the soon-to-be 5-part series.
The soon-to-be relevant again movies.
Right.
So they're gonna release 2 parts, so it'll be like every other year.
Yeah.
They've filmed 2 of them, and then they also have footage for the 4th and 5th film, but they're gonna see how the first 2 do.
Fascinating.
Interesting. Also, I wonder how much they actually need to film, because it seems like most of it is not real people.
Sure.
I saw a behind-the-scenes pic of all the actors, and they're literally just in a pool wearing like the motion capture suits.
That's so
Makes
weird.
sense. I kind of was like, they probably film it like you'd do like motion capture for a video game, like Last of Us. Like that's probably how they do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
All the little ping pong balls.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It looks good though. Very impressive.
It does. It was crazy because in our theater for Doctor Strange, where we saw the trailer, everyone audibly was like, "Wow, this is crazy!" when the trailer came up, and it does look very cool. So it got me excited for a movie I absolutely didn't care about.
That's such an interesting thing to me. That like, this is a movie that like people have said about the first one for over a decade now. That like, this is a movie that's meant for the big screen. In that it's really bad on a small screen.
I just realized when I like fully rewatched Avatar, I did it like last summer on a plane on my phone screen.
The smallest screen possible.
Which is perhaps the best experience for viewing Avatar.
Just as James Cameron intended.
Yeah. So it's I get it because you'll make a lot of box office sales, right? But then also, like, I wonder how that works for the rest of the movie is like whenever it goes out on DVD and like streaming services kind of thing. Like, do you make that much at all? I have no idea.
It's interesting. So it's a bit of a gamble because the first, like, all movies combined are going to cost like $1.5 billion to make.
Disney's got that in spades.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What's $1 billion to Disney? Nothing.
Sure. Yeah.
The first movie needs to do well and like popularize Avatar, and they'll make that money back. And then all the movies after that just have to be fine.
Right. One thing that they make money from though is the park, which we were talking about right before the podcast.
Yes.
And I have a question. Do you guys like this new like rise of blank experience? So they have like the Bridgerton experience, the Alice in Wonderland experience. I kind of associate the Avatar park with the Avatar experience kind of thing, where they just kind of like transport you into the world of said media.
Interesting. I have never heard of the Alice in Wonderland one, but the Bridgerton one's in Chicago right now. I don't know. I will see them on TikTok and just think of like, oh, a weird tie-in, and then think nothing else about it. So but I feel like with a theme park, like my only experience is like a Harry Potter one. So with Harry Potter, I was like, yeah, I really want to go to this theme park and live in the world for a bit.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. I mean, it seems like a cool thing. You watch a cool movie and you go be a part of it.
Fair. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think it seems cool. But I also like I feel like they pick kind of weird ones, you know?
Yeah, I was gonna say the Bridgerton one. What is that? It's really just
It's
like
the ball.
It actually looks really cool.
It looks cool. But
it looks really cool. You get all
ball.
dressed up, all fancy, and you go to a ball, and there's someone playing the queen, who like is
Meets
sassy
you
to you
and
and everything.
yeah, and
Like,
then
there's
she
a lady
names a
whistle down
diamond at
there.
the end of the thing.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
It does look really fun. I do think we as a society should bring back balls, because it's just a delight. You get all dressed up and you just dance and stuff. But like, I don't want like prom, you know. I want a ball with fancy like orchestral music. And you can do the Bridgerton thing where you turn like WAP into an orchestral song, but like
I really like that. It's fun listening to the orchestral versions of songs. Like in the first episode of season 2, there's Material Girl.
That one was fun.
Keelan and I were watching, and I was like, "That's Material Girl," and then you get into the theme, and you're like, "Oh my god!"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They had the like shine bright like a diamond one.
Bad Guy was one in season 1.
Bad Guy was one in season 1.
It's just
think
so fun.
That was episode 1, and I think that was like the first. I don't know if that was the first like orchestral version of a popular song, or if that was just like the first one I noticed. But I was like, oh my god, and I had like my ears open for the rest of the series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know, it's a fun time.
It seems like Netflix is doing a lot of them. I feel like I saw something else. There was an Arcane one, I think.
There was an Arcane one?
Yes.
What did that include?
I don't know, but there was one. I think it was like a rave almost.
Oh, sure. Okay. That's a little less exciting.
That'd be fun.
But I don't know where that was.
Right.
I just saw it on TikTok.
The Alice in Wonderland one is like a tea party, for like Mad Hatter kind of thing.
Makes sense.
But they have like a bunch of the like animals of sorts all around it and everything, which seems cool. Seems cute. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's fun. I think it's cool, but I always get the sense that it's a scam whenever I like see advertisements for them.
Scam.
Yeah, because like I don't think I've ever seen. Maybe it's because I'm not on TikTok, but I don't think I've ever seen like a person going to them. I think I've only ever seen advertisements for them.
Oh, yeah, it's because you're not on TikTok.
Okay, fair enough.
You should be on TikTok.
Okay, fair enough.
Remember we had a whole campaign to get you on TikTok, and then you lost that one game, and you.
Oh, I got on TikTok.
I feel like it almost doesn't count though.
Because I didn't commit.
You didn't commit.
Fair enough.
And you were barely on it when you did get it.
I saw a really funny tweet where it was like, I don't watch TikTok. I watch Instagram Reels of TikTok 2 weeks after they're popular, like a grown-up. And I thought that was really funny.
Like, so lame. Just watch TikTok.
Yeah. We're at the point though where like Instagram does get me and like what I want to see, and then it is a bunch of knitting TikToks. Also some sewing, also some crochet.
Yeah.
But TikTok didn't get to that point.
Riveting.
Yeah. I don't like Instagram Reels.
No, I actually have a gripe with Instagram Reels in that you can't pause them. And, well, you can't pause them, number one.
You can pause a TikTok?
Yeah. Way better. You can't pause Instagram Reels, which seems like a basic feature that should exist. But then also on TikTok, when you pull up the comments like come up on the TikTok, but it doesn't change the TikTok. It's still there. But in Instagram Reels, the TikTok or Reel or whatever moves the video to like
it makes it really tiny,
minuscule one up top, and then the comments fill the bottom of the screen. It just looks so much worse.
Yeah. Also, what's interesting is like I get on Instagram Reels without knowing it, because you're on Instagram and you'll like go through your like.
If you accidentally click on a reel, you're in there.
Well, that or like you just start scrolling and you accidentally scroll onto a reel.
Yeah.
And then you're just on Reels.
Yeah. It tricks you into it. It really wants you to use Instagram Reels.
It does. And but like they're all bad. They're either just like TikToks or like people that aren't creative.
Yeah.
I do agree that like there was a time period where I saw a lot of people being like, here's how you make your Instagram Reels good. So it was just reels about making reels. And I was like, this is not interesting
like
to me as I don't want to make reels. Yeah.
I think another thing that was interesting too is like, do you ever see something that like you think is a joke, but it's like, nah, they're serious?
Yeah.
I saw like a Hustler video. And it was like, you could either work a job you like 24/7 that you really like, or you could work a 9 to 5 that you don't like, but have really good hobbies. Which one do you want to be? And I'm like, well, obviously you can't work 24/7. Is that the joke? But no, they just kept going on about like setting your goals and like you gotta hustle. And I was
hustle
like,
culture makes me uncomfortable. Yeah. I just like, I don't think I know anyone in my personal life who's like really gung-ho about like, you gotta work till you die or you're not living kind of thing, you know? And so it just makes me like very
I'd
like
question a
weirded
person's
out.
sanity if I did.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair.
You mean you're living in our capitalist hellscape and you want to keep doing this?
Right. Like, if you don't question capitalism, I'm questioning you.
You willingly pay $1 gajillion for gas and like, this is good.
Yeah, oh my God. I was talking about it with one of my friends, and it's like crazy how high prices are for literally everything at this point.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah.
Rent shot up. Groceries are way more expensive. Housing prices are insane.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Kind of crazy.
There's gonna be more supply chain shortages too coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty usual.
Fair.
Apparently, PlayStation 5s are back in stock. Maybe I can finally get one.
What a time for that to happen, where everything else is a shortage, but they're back.
I don't actually know if that's true. I have not looked into it, but I saw something that was like a big restock.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But there's not really a game that I would want to buy it for as of right now. So I might wait for the Harry Potter game.
Fair. I did see that whole like baby formula thing. Where like the big supplier or like one of the big suppliers of baby formula had like a bunch of like bad things, so they had to stop production for a little while and like re-get their like FDA approval kind of thing. But then now it means that there's like massive formula shortages everywhere, and so people were like trying to make their own formula, which can like really hurt baby, or like watering down formula to like extend it a little bit and stuff like that. And it's just like kind of insane. And like, maybe this is along the same lines as why don't we just print more money? But why don't we just make more things? Like,
I think what's interesting too about like prices going up is it's all like very artificial, at least for right now. Because like we had a shortage back during COVID in 2020 and 2021, and prices didn't really change.
Yeah.
But now they're expecting shortage, like supply chain shortage. So they're raising prices in advance before it's like actually here. And after it goes away, I don't think prices.
Capitalism.
I don't get that. Like, I don't understand.
Just pay your CEOs less money. Hey, imagine you can save a couple million there.
You could.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
For rent though, my dad like his job is running. He like builds and then maintains. He builds the apartment buildings but his company maintains them. And he was saying they have to raise their rent because property taxes are through the roof.
Oh, interesting.
So like if they don't raise rent a lot, they wouldn't be profitable.
Right. Fair.
And I know there was rent freezes all across the country, so
yeah.
At least rent makes sense, even if it is backbreaking.
Yes. Yeah.
At least there's a reason for it, unlike companies being like, we just want to make more money.
Yeah.
We lost money and we need to make more.
Yeah, it's so weird to be like, well, we think there's going to be a shortage soon, so like, we're going to overcharge you now. So that you can't buy it when there's a shortage. I don't know. It's weird. It makes no sense to me. But that's fine. Yeah.
Speaking of money, student loans, I did fill out like an exit interview for graduating.
Yeah.
About like when I'm going to start paying back my loans. And
Ever.
That's interesting. Well, yeah, that's the
threaten
thing.
Biden until he forgives it.
Yeah.
Which he never will.
What a stupid thing. Like, we all knew he wouldn't, right? Like, no one legitimately thought Biden would do what he said he was going to do.
But he could.
But also,
he might.
Why isn't he?
Depends
What's
on
worse about it
how
is
bad they think they're going to lose the midterms.
I would have been fine if Biden, I would have been annoyed, but Biden was like, we're going to do this. And then he gets it, and it's like, maybe not. But they keep bringing it up every now and again, being like, he's really thinking about it, always thinking about it for real this time. And it's like, get out of here.
It's
Stop
so annoying. Yeah.
I think they might be waiting until, like, the midterms to do it.
But
like,
with the abortion thing, I feel like they don't even, I feel like everyone's all riled up and they're good enough.
But here's the thing. I think, like, obviously everyone should be voting this fall because clearly it's needed. We're in a dangerous country at this point.
It always
but
is.
People are not.
Vote progressive.
But people are not because we keep having this saying of, this is the most important election of our lifetime. And it's like, well, if the last 5 have been the most important, then what's this one?
Right.
But they're all important.
They're all important. That's
Don't
correct.
be an idiot.
They're all important. You should always vote. It's a thing. And, like, you want to vote, like, logically. You want to look into the candidates. You want to, like, see what you're doing. That whole guy in Indiana getting put into the primaries from prison for killing his wife, kind of stupid. I don't know if the 60 people who voted for him just didn't know that he was in prison for killing his wife or just didn't care.
It's like that dead guy that got elected in
North
Dakota or whatever.
Like, maybe do just a tiny bit of research on your candidates. Like, it doesn't have to be extensive. You don't need to write a book report on them, but just, like, see if they're in prison or dead, you know?
I do get not voting in primaries.
Sure, I get that. That's fine.
It's like, like, a lot of work.
I really there's like, voting fatigue, very real thing. Like, I get it. It's so intimidating to, like, be told that, like, the weight of the country is on your shoulders alone, kind of thing.
Can you get primaries, like, vote by mail? Probably, right?
I assume so. But it's also a hassle to get vote by mail.
Yeah.
In some states.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, even in Illinois, you have to, like, fill out something in order to get it. Then you have to wait for it to get there. Then you have to fill it out and then send it back in.
Yeah.
Just
you have to do that all within the right amount of time.
Unlike, like, Texas, where it's like, we're just never going to send it to you.
It's easier, but it's still, like, a hassle. Like, voting is, like, an inconvenience no matter how you look at it.
Yeah. That's why they call it a responsibility.
But I think... I just don't know that Democrats are going to do very well because they had, like, the not supermajority. They have the majority, and they've just not really done anything.
They've not done anything with it, and it's really stupid. And I feel like it's, like, I don't understand, like, why they're not doing everything possible to appease their, like, voting base. Because, like, the thing with, like, the abortion thing, obviously that's going to fire up some people to go to the polls and everything, but it's happened so early in the year that I don't know if people will still care enough by fall, which is really heartbreaking and really sad to think about.
Yeah.
But
I think they will, because this is only the draft opinion.
Yeah, it's the draft.
The real opinion is coming out in, like, a couple months, so when it inevitably says a very similar thing, I think people are going to be just as mad.
I just don't have faith in people to care about women. But I think that if you, like, threw your people some bones and stuff and you were like, hey, like, we will like do the student loan thing, like, we'll try to, like, make a, like, or push for something that, like, enforces abortion rights federally, everything like that, right? Like, if you just tried more to say, like, no, we actually do care about doing the things we're gonna say we're gonna do, then, like, maybe people wouldn't mind, like, the inconvenience of, like, going out and voting you back in, kind of thing. But, like, I know there's gonna be people who are annoyed that they haven't done anything and be like, well, it's like, it's not like they'll stop any of, like, the conservative things from happening, so, like, why should I even vote, kind of thing.
Dumb.
Yes, I get that, but it is a thing, and it's a whole game that you have to play in politics.
They need to get those people motivated.
Yeah.
And they've not done that. Like, it shouldn't be people's responsibility to go out and vote. They should be motivated to vote.
They should want to, yeah.
It should be your responsibility, though. Go vote.
It's your responsibility to do, but it's like, you should want to do it, you know? You should feel good about doing it. Like the whole like Trump versus Biden thing, like I was very vocal about it to you guys. I don't like either. Like it was a lesser of two evils type of situation. Like I obviously hate Trump with a passion and did not want him in office and would not have ever voted for him. But it was like I hate the fact that I'm put in a situation where I have to vote for Joe Biden kind of thing. Yeah.
And I also think it's the thing of just becoming like disenchanted with the process of, listen, I'm putting in all this work. I voted all these elections, and nothing has changed.
Absolutely. And like, especially when you get to the thing where it's like in certain states, people are being harassed at the polls for like various things. You're putting yourself in danger for going to the polls to like get people who aren't going to give a shit about you.
It's just inconvenient too. Some polls you have to wait like an hour to vote. And it's like, absolutely. Why should I take the time to do that?
Yeah, especially like when you add on top of that people who have like disabilities and stuff. Like it's not just like a quick and easy process for everyone. And I just I don't know. I think it's just kind of silly that they're not trying to like pull out every like ace in their sleeve to like make voters happy about voting for them. Yeah. I don't know. That's my rant.
Also, get vote by mail. It's way better. It's way easier. Yeah. Just do it at a time.
Apply for it.
It's way better though. Like
I've done it.
Honestly, I wouldn't even if I was fully able to go in person. I never would because it's way better to just have it in front of you and be able to do your research.
That's what I like.
Okay, I don't even know who my local whatever person is, but now the internet is in front of me.
You can look. Google. Yeah.
I'm like going to the polls and being like, I don't know what this is.
And you feel like pressured because you like take stuff up. I think it's also like, so I never have voted in person because I was like in Illinois for college, but registered to vote in Pennsylvania at the time. And so like I've always done vote by mail. And it it's a process to get to it and it is a little complicated, but it's only complicated for like a short period of a day.
But it's not even that bad. Like, even Illinois, you have to fill out a thing, but it takes like 5 minutes, and then they just send it to you, and then you send it back. It's super easy. You don't even need like a stamp.
Yeah,
I think easy.
Yeah, I think it's just like, if you sit down and figure it out once, that's going to be the hardest time because once you've done it once, you like know how to do it every time since then, and so it becomes like quicker and easier each time. Which is nice. But yeah, I don't know. Wish our country wasn't so broken. Wish we cared about each other. Yeah. You see the thing in Spain? The proposed law in Spain? Oh my god, guys, it's so exciting. They proposed a thing in Spain where they're like women with like extreme cramps or like pain of any sort, so like a lot of women like on their period, I think it's like 1/3 of every person with a period has like horrible side effects of various sorts, ranging from like diarrhea to cramps and everything like that. And in Spain they proposed a thing where you get like 3 days off of work to like deal with that and everything.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah, and it's like that's really cool. They also, as a part of that, have like abortion for like 16 and 17-year-olds doesn't have to be approved by the parent, and like period products of multiple sorts are like free to get for lots of people and everything like that. So like that's cool. It's not where we live, but someone else is doing a good job. Which like the menstrual leave thing is actually done in a lot of Eastern countries. So Spain is the first like Western country to propose that, and I think that's pretty cool. Because again, it wouldn't be like every woman. It's like 1 in 3 women who have that, but it does become like a very I don't know, it's just helpful and it shows that you like care about your employees and stuff, which is nice.
Nice to treat your workers as human
like
beings.
people. Yeah, it's kind of cool, kind of neat, kind of
The hip
nifty.
thing to do.
Oh man, yeah.
Speaking of absolutely none of that, the Percy Jackson casting was announced.
Yes.
Was that last week, maybe?
I think so.
Pretty divisive, I would say.
Which I don't get why. To be fair, because I am in my own like tunnel of media on social media, I have not seen any of the divisive stuff. I've only seen people being mad about
fair.
the divisive
I've only
stuff.
seen people getting mad about the divisive stuff. I guess it's probably a vocal minority of people who are mad.
Sure. Is it just because they're not white? Is that the mad thing? Like what? I don't know what
probably
it's angry about.
I don't know, because they're not. Because the girl who's going to be playing Annabeth is not accurate to the depiction in the book.
Well, who cares?
What I'm more mad about is the dude playing Percy. They're not dyeing his hair. He's just going to be blonde.
Fair enough. Stupid. I kind of like that, though. I like the idea of, like, Poseidon and Poseidon descendants being blonde, because it reminds me of, like, old Aquaman, like, with the orange suit. And I'm like, he should be a surfer, dude.
I'm looking at the old cast. I, like, typed Percy Jackson cast, and it showed me. I was like, wow, they're bringing back Sean Bean to play Zeus.
That'd be kind of fun. Although I did see this take a lot, that it would be more impactful probably if they're going for like diversity, which maybe they're not, that Percy is played by a not white person, because it makes more sense for a lot of things. Well, not that Annabeth doesn't make sense either, but I don't know. It works very well, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And you get the lead instead of just being like the side character, which tends to happen.
Could do both.
But, you know, it's Disney.
Yeah.
Can't shake the waters too much. Or
No. Only a little. Then you get to be like, guys, look at us. This isn't a black
Although I don't know if that's even what they're doing. It might have just been she was the best person for the job.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I am very excited about it, though, and I think it's so smart to do it as a series rather than a movie, because I think it's very similar to the series Unfortunate Events kind of situation, where like there's too much happening in it for it to be like a movie, you know.
But at the same time, it's like not enough for it. Like if you made one movie, you could do like the first book of Serious Unfortunate Events, but that's not even a lot. So like really, you need the series to do it all.
Right.
Then you can get everything, and it's not just the first book.
Yeah.
Because I think each episode is like 40 minutes, and as far as I didn't watch the whole thing, I think I watched half of the first season. But my family watched it all, and they loved it.
It's fantastic and so like accurate to the books.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's like a very similar thing where like you had the movie come out and people were like, well, it's nice that you tried, but this isn't what we wanted. Then they're doing the series now, which I think is cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It is funny though that they're like, I don't know. I cannot imagine they're even going to start filming for another maybe a year.
Isn't it coming out next year?
It 100%
I thought they
is
were
not.
filming pretty soon.
There's no way it's coming out next year.
Maybe I'm wrong. I thought I kept seeing like it's coming out in 2023.
I'm sure people are hoping.
Oh, okay. Sure.
I just remember when that first announced, I was like, this isn't coming out for 5 years.
Oh, maybe.
But I mean, maybe now that they have casting.
I feel like as soon as you cast someone for a child thing, it's got to come out somewhat soon, because then they're not going to be children.
According they're going to start filming on June 1st in Vancouver.
June 1st? Wow.
So pretty soon.
Pretty soon. I'm glad he's involved in things, because that always makes things better.
Always seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah, but so many people don't do it. Yeah. What a world.
Although I guess it is like a fine line, because movies and shows are different than a book. You can't always do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's good to have them there, but at the end of the day, you need to tell the right story for the medium that you were using, and that might not be what the author wants.
Yeah, it shouldn't be like overbearing, but they should have a presence there where it's like, we need the character to say slightly, like something slightly different than they said in the book, but what's still in character, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Very fair. Yeah. I don't know. I'm excited. I think it'll be good. What are other things? We talked a little bit about movies coming out soon. Being the like Nick Cage movie.
Which is out.
It's out? Yeah. Oh, it probably is actually. That's
I think it's been
fair.
out for a little while.
I think it came out in April actually. Oops.
Yeah. In April.
I think it was like end of April.
Oh.
But yeah, I want to see that. I saw so much about it, and then it came out, and I've seen nothing about it, like no reviews or anything.
Yep.
Which interests me, makes me curious. It's either going to be so good or so bad, which is true of any Nicolas Cage movie.
That's just Nick Cage.
And that's what's great about them.
Yeah, he's like only in like absolutely amazing. This is a top-notch film, or like why did I waste my time?
Either wins an Oscar or it's bad.
Exactly.
And maybe National Treasure.
National Treasure is a national treasure. Yeah. I will die on that hill. Oh my god. Yeah. So is National Treasure too. I think that's one of the only like, not one of the only. That's one of the few. Like the sequel is just as good, if not better, than the first kind of movies.
I don't know if I ever saw the sequel.
It's pretty good.
It sounds familiar, but I don't remember the plot of the first one, so.
I think I often
adventuring. They steal a Declaration of Independence.
Yeah.
They find a big giant warehouse of old stuff.
Yes.
And the second one, they go across the world, and
they're looking for gold.
Mount Rushmore hides the city of gold.
Yeah. At some point, Nick Cage pretends to get his hand crushed.
Yeah.
But he's fine.
Oh, and he also kidnaps the president in the second one.
Yeah, that does happen.
Hey, that's fun.
Yeah. Well done.
Go
and
big
on the
or
run
go
from
home.
the Secret Service for the second part, which, in reality, he probably would have gotten caught a lot sooner.
Yeah. I saw this interesting thing where someone who, I think it was on Reddit, someone who like used to work at a McDonald's still had their uniform, but they had quit, and so they tried to work at a different McDonald's just to see how long it would take for them to catch them. And then people were like talking about how that's like a legitimate job where people like try to infiltrate different things. Like they're hired by a consultant company to try to infiltrate like whatever, and it could be like something as serious as like the CIA just to test their security levels. And I think that's fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Were I to live like multiple lives, that is something I would want to do at some point.
You like get accepted into CAA, and then you turn, you're like, I'm in.
Yeah.
Their security's bad.
Yeah. Like you have to like sit down with the bosses at some point and be like, listen, bestie, you need to try harder.
I saw this story on Reddit, or a Tumblr post on Reddit, of some dude who worked in a museum, and he was like, our security is really bad. We need to fix this. And the boss was like, no, it's fine. So he left, came back in as a guest with a big drill, unscrewed the display case, stole their like main item, and walked right out with it, and then back into the staff entrance, walked into the boss's office, and was like, I just stole this in 5 minutes with a visible drill. We need to do something.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's hilarious. I don't know. I just like it. It's like being a spy, but it's like okay to be a spy.
Or,
you know?
Like, you have TSA, like there's people whose job it is to like bring objects through TSA.
Hilarious. It's
Yeah.
just a fun little thrill.
I
Yeah.
think every time they do that, the TSA fails miserably.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure.
Because they'll put a gun in their suitcase, and then like on top of the gun they'll put like the badge. It's like, hey, this is a test.
Yeah.
And they just don't even recognize it.
Yep. I remember
Last
seeing
time I went-
statistics about that they miss quite a lot of their tests.
Yeah. Last time I went through airport security, they like really investigated my Uno deck. And I was like, I feel like it's just
Your
an
what?
Uno deck. I had like a deck of Uno cards, and they were like, they like opened it up. They opened the box up and were like looking at the cards, and I'm like,
hiding drugs.
I guess, but I was
common scheme. You hide drugs in your Uno thing, they find it, and then you pull out the reverse card, and you're like,
and then it's fine.
It's your drugs. You're under arrest.
Oh my god. But yeah, I was very uncomfortable because I've never had someone like stop and look through my bag like that, and so I was like, okay, all right, sure. And then it was just for Uno, and I was like, okay, okay. Yeah.
They've never looked through my stuff.
Yeah.
That's
I like
fine.
flying out of tiny airports.
Yes. Yeah.
Easy TSA.
Very cute, very easy. Yeah. I do think I way prefer tiny airports to big ones because it's less people, less crazy, less confusing. When it's just one long hallway, you're like, yeah, this is the ideal. Yeah. Well done. There. I'm trying to see what else has happened in the past like 2 weeks.
Doctor Strange, but you didn't see it, so we can't talk about it.
Yeah. Tell you what, I have to pop out for a few minutes.
During the podcast?
Yeah, it's gotta be soon. But whenever I pop out, you guys can talk a lot about Doctor Strange.
This is the Marvel segment because Margot doesn't care about Marvel.
Exactly. Oh my god. Yeah. Well done. What's something you guys want to do over summer? I know you'll both be working and stuff, but like, what's like a fun thing you want to do?
Oh, nothing unique. My girlfriend and I are going to go to the Ren Fair probably multiple times.
Very fun.
C2E2. It's like Comic-Con in Chicago in August.
Love that.
So I don't know if we do anything special beyond that.
I feel like those are all special things.
Yeah.
I just want to catch up on video games, really.
Fair. Okay.
What's
like
on your
go-to
playlist?
Yeah.
Right now I'm currently playing Mass Effect, the trilogy.
Oh, I was about to restart that. Actually.
Have you played it before?
Yeah, I love Mass Effect.
Oh man, I didn't know that. I just finished
Played
Mass
them all,
Effect
all
1.
three, and Andromeda.
How was Andromeda?
I liked it. People were mad about it. I liked Andromeda, but I don't know. Maybe I had low expectations.
I just finished Mass Effect 1, and I started playing Mass Effect 2, and like very quickly I became overwhelmed with Mass Effect 2 because Mass Effect 1 is very bare bones and basic. Is it a great
There's a lot
game?
of like
I don't know, but
extra stuff in Mass Effect 1 though.
Yes.
Like there's so much stuff to read in the like background lore material in Mass Effect 1, and then there's like a gazillion missions that there's like nothing to them, but there's a lot. Like I didn't even do all the missions in Mass Effect 1 because there's just so many side ones.
Yeah, I did a few of them, but then it was like, okay, go to this planet, drive around, go to this base, and like,
kill things.
I was just sort of tired of the driving around.
Yeah.
Because it's fun for a little bit, but it's not that great.
Mass Effect 2 is like regarded as the best one,
and
it's pretty good. But there are like a million like companion crewmate people, so like you can only pick 2 when you go out on missions, and you're like, well, I can't choose all of them because there's like 10. There's only 6, I think, in the first one. Far easier to like balance who you want to be with you.
So far, I already like Mass Effect 2 better than Mass Effect 1, and I'm probably only like an hour and a half into it. It's just funny because I was streaming it for a few friends, and it is like just a little bit funny because you start like you are falling from space into the atmosphere and you died, but like you're being resurrected by these people, and there's a robot attack, and it's just like, all right, go, you gotta go, no time for questions, just go.
Yep.
Because there's like one of the main girls, Miranda, shows up and like shoots a guy you were with, and he's like, that guy was a traitor, and you're like, really? Yeah, like, yeah, okay, it's time to go, and you just
it's very much like you just have no clue what's going on.
Oh my god,
it's great.
But it's fun. I like the I'm on like the first world. It's like I don't know, like a casino sort of world, like underworld area.
Oh, Omega.
Omega, very fun. Just got Garrus, who I think is one of my favorite companions.
Garrus is the best. They're all good. That's even more frustrated in Mass Effect 2 is every single companion is great.
Mm-hmm.
And like you have to make 10 great characters and force me to only choose 2 of them.
I don't know how I like Zaid. He's like a bounty hunter dude that you just meet.
He's like a DLC guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't like him. He's the only person that you're like, that's passable.
Gotcha. But they're all pretty fun.
Sure. What do you guys look for in a companion, like in video games? Like, I feel like with Fallout and stuff, I liked like the dog. I like little animals.
I don't know. I like interesting characters. It's fun. Yeah. And also if they're helpful.
And good.
Sure.
Yeah, helpful is nice. I feel like I put gameplay second, so I want like a good character with like witty and fun dialogue as we go throughout the missions.
There are some games where you can have like a really great companion, but they just suck to play with in like the gameplay, where it's like it's an active detriment to your party.
Sure.
And, like, that's not fun.
It's kind of funny though, because I feel like the creators were like, we want to make someone so good that you don't care if they're like a hindrance.
Yeah. I really messed up on like in Mass Effect 1, you go to like one of the worlds and your companions can die.
Oh. Yeah, and you have to pick. You have to save one and the other dies.
And also Rex, because I thought I chose an option and I did not, and they died, and so I restarted the save because I was like, I don't want Rex to die.
Yep. There's a moment like that in Mass Effect 3 where there's like this choice that you have to make, and it can kill one of your companions, who was one of my favorites. But it's so easy to make the wrong one. So when I first played, I did that. I saw what happened and instantly like shut off my PlayStation.
Yeah.
To avoid the save.
I had redone the save to save Rex, and then like I think I ended up saving Ashley. Because I was like, oh well, like we need the bomb to go off, so I'll stay here, and that's like where I had put her, because she does more damage than Kaidan, and Kaidan died. And I was like, well, I guess I'll stay with her, even though Ashley's like a little bit of a space racist.
Yeah, it's like she's racist, but Kaidan's boring. So what's the real crime here?
God.
And apparently in 2 and 3 they're basically interchangeable.
Yeah.
Because one of them's whoever you saved is the one who stays in the game, but because they keep one, they just become the same person.
Yeah.
Good stuff though. Have you never played Mass Effect before?
I have never. No, this is my first time, so I'm really enjoying it, and like I really like it in Mass Effect 2 because like you run into Tali, you run into Garrus, and like I hope you run into more people, but it's just fun seeing those companions again.
Are there any? I know the Harry Potter game is coming out for Adam, but are there any other games coming out this year that like you guys are really interested in, or is this a slow gaming year?
I feel like it's been a slow gaming many years.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. There is the new Bethesda game, Starfield, just got delayed another year, which good because then it's not going to be a glitchy mess when it releases. But also, then that just decreases the amount of games that I want to play this year.
Sure.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely good because I think it's going to be Xbox exclusive, and I don't want to buy an Xbox, so then I can put it off longer. Until I might buy like a PC and play it there.
Fair. Yeah.
I just really don't want an Xbox.
I kind of want a PC.
But I've always wanted a gaming PC, so.
Yeah, I want one mostly for editing. But like gaming would be nice too. It would be nice to like open Tabletop Simulator to play tabletop games with you guys and not have my computer sound like a helicopter. Yeah.
I don't think what other game's coming out. Breath of the Wild might be coming out, though I think it's probably going to get delayed.
Fair.
But I'm excited for that.
Is that like a second one of it? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
It's the sequel. And then Jedi Fallen Order got a title. I'd be excited for that whenever that comes out.
Did you guys see that might be connected to Obi-Wan?
Yeah, because like they introduced that, and Rebels sort of like introduced the Inquisitors.
Fair. Yeah. That'd be cool.
It's so wild that Rebels plays such a big part in current Star Wars.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like the time frame of when all these shows are taking place.
True.
So it has to, because it's the only show that laid any groundwork for what was happening.
Even I'm gonna pop out real quick so you guys can talk about Marvel.
Adam, what were your thoughts on Doctor Strange?
I loved it. It was so great. It was cheesy at bits. Apparently that's just like Sam Raimi, which is how he does it. But I loved it. It was all great. Way gorier than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. I really liked all the stuff with like Zombie Strange. I just thought that was silly when he like wakes up and just, I don't know. I think that's so funny.
It was so cool. And then the like demons that came out of him they had to fight.
Yeah.
And then like used as a weapon.
It
was also cool.
Made him into a cape. I really liked how cheesy like some of the lines like whatever the girl is that was with Doctor Strange.
America Chavez.
Not her. The
Christine.
Christine. When like she's like trying to defend him from the ghouls and like is using the like pot, the magic pot.
Yeah.
Like, go back to hell. It's an Evil Dead line, and I enjoyed that.
It was. I don't know. I saw some complaints about various things, like with Wanda and just general cheesiness, but I loved it. I thought Wanda's whole deal made sense given WandaVision and that she has the Darkhold, which was definitely corrupting her. Like, all made sense. She's definitely not. Full spoilers. She's definitely not dead. There's no way, because it kind of implies that she is at the end, but it's not possible.
Yeah, I think like that universe is Wanda. I don't know.
I just fully don't think she is. I feel like if you don't see the body die, then they haven't died.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think that brings up a problem, sort of a problem with the Marvel universe, is no one's really dead.
I don't know. They've stuck to Vision being dead and Black Widow.
Yeah, I think that's like the only three. Well,
and Tony.
Vision, they've got like the new White Vision.
Oh, that's true. Maybe Vision
Tony,
isn't dead.
Captain America. Well, Captain America's technically not dead yet, but he's just very old.
Yeah, that's such a comics problem, though, is that no one's ever dead and nothing's permanent.
Especially with the multiverse, is you have like different universe versions of them.
Yeah, so like even when she murdered all the Illuminati, it's like we'll probably see some of those people again. Especially Reed Richards, I imagine we'll see again.
John Krasinski. I'm excited for that one. That was like a big reaction from the theaters. I was like, oh wow.
Yeah, that and I think that got the biggest reaction because I guess Professor X was in the trailers, but Reed Richards I don't think was, so that got the biggest reaction in my theater.
They showed Professor X in one of the trailers, and I really liked they played the old X-Men theme because I used to watch the old X-Men. Like late at
I also thought his death was the coolest.
It was. I don't. Someone was like that.
Full horror.
Yeah. That was a good one. If you like slow mo, his head gets like ripped off. It's pretty gruesome.
I
don't know. A lot of deaths.
A lot of the deaths are real. I mean, when Black Bolt, when she kills Black Bolt with the like. His brain like liquefies in his head and it's a full effect. It looks so gross. It was like that moment that this can't be PG-13. Did we walk into the wrong, like, how do we get into an R-rated movie because my younger sister was with us? But they must have really towed the line there.
Yeah, I wonder how kids are gonna do with that movie. But I don't know. Yeah. Kids can take a lot.
Yeah, this was a rough one, I think. I mean, the horror elements, but just the way the Illuminati all died. Because then, I mean, Captain Marvel gets to cut in half. Like, you might not see it, but you can tell. And the shield's all covered in blood.
Yeah. I know. They don't show it for long. Like, that's one of the good things about horror is, like, not showing it. Because, like, what's in your mind is a lot worse than, like, what's actually shown. And so, they do that a lot. But I thought it was a really good movie. I thought America Chavez was pretty cool. Yeah,
I really liked her. Hope she shows up in more things. Plus, I mean, the multiverse is such a good concept for your movies in general that she has to. Yeah. So she's the only bridge thus far. Although then the post-credit scene lady showed up and she seemed to be not from this universe, so maybe there's alter ways.
Clea.
Yeah.
So I think that'll probably be for like if they do a sequel, whenever that is. she'll be involved in that. I really like the ending of that movie. It was just like SimCity, like happy, upbeat music. He's walking, and then all of a sudden, like guitar riff comes in.
The music in general was really good. I mean, we talked about the music fight before recording, but it was so fun. And I guess I feel like they could have done a better job of illustrating like what musical scores they're blasting each other with. But I know a lot of them were like famous horror scores and then the opera scores. So
I thought it was really good too. I really liked the trailers. Don't really give away a lot of what's in the movie because they sort of hide the fact that like Scarlet Witch is the villain. Mm-hmm. Which that's why I was like sort of hoping they would do. And then like when I saw the trailers, I was like, oh, I was disappointed that they didn't do that, but they did end up doing that, and that was fun.
Yeah, I would have been fine either way, but I feel like one of Marvel's other big problems is kind of forgettable villains that just die at the end. And while they kind of imply that Wanda dies at the end, I really don't think she is dead. And at least it's like, this is the character you've seen the progression for over the course of all the movies, and then especially with the TV show. So like, it's a much more concrete, real villain with motivations that you have seen evolve over time and are not forgettable like many of Marvel's villains.
Yeah, I agree.
But it was great.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Very excited for Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah, same here.
Extremely good. And then I think Black Panther is coming out this year too, but I've heard nothing about that.
Yeah, apparently later this year. I know the second Captain Marvel movie was also supposed to come out, but that got delayed. So I wonder if the same thing will be for Black Panther, or if that's not. And then Guardians 3 is coming out next, like, May. Mm-hmm. And that they just recently finished filming. So I'm excited for that one too.
Yeah.
A lot of good things coming up in Marvel.
A lot of good things. And then 800 TV shows that I'm going to stop caring about after like 2 more.
I sort of want to care about the Miss Marvel one, but I don't know.
It just looks like a different audience than what all the other ones. Like this one looks very much kind of like high school show versus any of the other ones. But I'll probably still watch it.
I'll check it out, but I don't know that I'm going to like it. I'd like to be surprised by it though.
Yeah. I definitely won't be as invested as I was with Moon Knight, which definitely blew me away of how good it was. Was not expecting, because I know nothing about more of these like niche characters, I suppose. I didn't know anything about Moon Knight, and it was great.
Yeah, I really liked Moon Knight. I think that was probably one of my favorites on the Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to rank them, but definitely up there. Yeah. Loki might have been my favorite. It's like a tie between Loki and WandaVision, and then Moon Knight's right below it.
I saw a lot of like Twitter threads of like, now that there's like 5 shows out, or I guess 6 shows out, like what's people's favorites? And I really like that everyone has like different opinions on what they like. Mm-hmm. So
I think it shows all the different styles that they are, because they're all very different shows.
Yeah, I know my parents really like Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Which, like, some people consider to be like their least favorite. But...
Yeah, I was gonna say I think that one was my least, but it definitely has an appeal for a certain type of movie. Like I don't know if my dad ever watched it, but that like spy thriller almost is his exact type of book and movie. So I imagine that would probably be one of his favorites too. Because he said he couldn't get into Loki, and I was like, well, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
But if we have different tastes, then you might like Falcon and Soldier. Mm-hmm. Good stuff with Marvel though.
Yeah, I liked Hawkeye as like a Christmas theme.
I did too. It was just fun.
Yeah, that's what I thought. They're all just fun.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. There's always...
It was silly at the end of Hawkeye where they brought in Kingpin and then shot him in the face. Apparently, in the comics, that's literally what happens, but I thought it was weird. I was like, you have like an iconic villain of the early shows, and they're just gonna shoot him instantly. Like, apparently he survives this, which makes no sense, but sure, it's comics.
You know, the one thing I'm going to get tired of with Marvel movies is every time a movie comes out, there's the discourse about, are Marvel films art? And it's like...
It's a stupid discourse.
It is, because really it just boils down to let people like what they want to like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can see like multiple sides of it. There's some people like, it's not cinema. And it's like, nah, it is. And like, I know Elizabeth Olsen was talking about, like, you know, people like really put a lot of effort into this, and people being like, hey, this really isn't art or it's not cinema, sort of takes away from the work they put in.
Mm-hmm.
But I can also understand, like, Marvel movies are becoming like what audiences go to the movies for. Like, people don't go to see like this movie, they go to see the new Marvel movie, and really that's it. And so they're sort of taking over the industry.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I feel like it's hard to like differentiate as to what's art. It's like you said, like it's all the same work being put into it. The same. I mean, they might just have a bigger budget, and it's more like a blockbuster. But it's the actors are still acting, and there's all the behind the scenes crew is still doing all their jobs, and a lot of effort goes into it from all stages. So,
do you think we'll ever see a Marvel movie win an Oscar for like the film, not necessarily like visual effects or costumes?
I feel like their best chance was Endgame, and I don't know if they're going to have a comparable one that could. I don't know, because the Oscars are so slighted towards artsy, like indie movies almost, even if they're not indie. But like, I can't imagine a Marvel movie getting there. I don't know. I felt like Endgame. I don't even know if Endgame was nominated, but it had a real shot out of all the ones they put out so far. But I suppose it's possible, depending on what they make.
Mm-hmm. Do you think Avatar 2 will get nominated?
Did it get nominated last time?
I don't know.
Because maybe, honestly, it looks big enough. Like I know the Lord of the Rings movies.
They did it, yeah.
Or at least nominated. I don't know if they won Best Picture, but
they were
to me,
nominated
that's
for Best Picture.
I don't know if it deserves that, but
and it won Best Cinematography.
I always think there's like a funny thing with the Oscars where a one movie can win all the exterior awards, but then not Best Picture. Like I remember that happening with Mad Max, I think, Fury Road.
Yeah.
Of it won like everything else, but not Best Picture. It was like, well, all these are the components for what makes a Best Picture. It should logically win Best Picture. Hello.
Hi.
Do you think Avatar 2 will be nominated for an Oscar?
It's gotta be, at least for like visual effects type of thing. Like, I can see if it wasn't like a sweep, but I feel like it's gotta have at least one. Otherwise, embarrassing.
Yeah, Disney, step up your game.
Yeah.
I think that's interesting. But yeah. Mark, what rained on your parade this week?
Probably a few things. I got my booster, and I always have like a really bad reaction to vaccines. And it was like, I got it on Wednesday. And I went to bed Wednesday night, and I was feeling like totally okay. My arm felt a little sore, but it wasn't that bad. And I was like, is this like the vaccine that I don't have like an effect from? Like, am I doing it? Am I gonna be like a person tomorrow? I woke up and it was horrible. I had like a big fever and a huge headache. Like,
you brought this on yourself.
Yeah.
Because you were like, well, you were thinking about all the side effects you could. And if you just went in and were like, I'm not experiencing side effects this time.
You're right. I manifested it.
Then you wouldn't.
Yeah.
And that's how all sickness works.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dr. Sagan.
But 100% works. I was feeling sick earlier last week, like right after my finals finished. And then I felt like I was going to throw up like day of my final. And I was like, this isn't happening. You're not doing this. So I didn't. And then the next day I got home and I was feeling pretty sick, more like cold symptoms. But then I was like, stop. You're not doing this. And I didn't.
That's such a real thing, though. I feel like after like high stress periods, so like finals and stuff, I feel like as soon as they were all done, I would always feel like a little bit like, ugh, like maybe not fully sick or like vomiting or anything, but just like, geez, yeah. But yeah, so I had like a really bad fever yesterday, and it got better throughout the day. And today I'm like, okay, I've got a little bit of a headache, but nothing too bad. So on the up and up.
Nice.
Yeah. How about you guys? Or did you guys already do yours?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
I spent too much money because, well, I had to. Like, it was just like things in my life that I had to pay money for. I had to get registered or renew my registration for my car in Illinois, and I had to pay for the MPRE, which is a test that's part of the bar exam, but you take it a year earlier. It's the ethics component.
Yeah.
And that was $150 too. But I guess what I'm really complaining about is, so this doesn't apply to the MPRE one, but for the vehicle registration, you get the email and you're like, you have to pay $150. I'm like, fine, whatever, sure, taxes. Then I pay it and it charges you a $4 online service fee. Get out of here.
Dang.
I'm way madder about the $4 fee than the $150 because $150, whatever. I have to do it. But the $4 one, get out of here.
It's just to extort you.
It's just, it's like a slap in the face at the end. You're like, and everything in the email is like, please go online. Like,
it's like trying to get you to do it this way.
Easier, cheaper for the state, everything. I was like, so why are you charging me a $4 service fee? Get out of here.
It's cheaper for the state because they actually make a profit.
I think the service fees on whenever you buy things online are ridiculous always because it's like, this is more convenient for everybody involved. Why are you charging me extra money to be more convenient? You don't want me to go to the movie theater to buy tickets. Don't charge me $5 extra for 2 tickets.
Like, I get like shipping fees because like it costs money to ship things. But like it's always weird when they're like convenience fee.
Yeah.
Or like
get out of here.
It's silly. I had the same rant about like the AMC tickets when I buy them.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're not printing anything out, you're not shipping everything. You're just playing it on the app. Like it is not costing you extra money to do this.
Right. Very weird. Kind of garbage.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Very fair. What you ran?
So I had some flex dollars left over for college.
Yeah.
And I went to like our little pod store and they had like tons of like little things for sale. And I had like $200 and I spent it all on candy. But I saw something for $12, which was like a phone neck stand. And I bought it. And this is it. And this is perhaps the worst thing in the world I have ever bought.
It looks so goofy. Please put it on.
So you put it on. And you put like the phone like right in front of you. Here's the problem though. You can really only use this if you're lying down because this hurts. Like this is like not proper back support. And like cuz this is like weighing down so you feel like a pressure on your back. And I don't even have a phone in there right now. If I put a phone, it's like really bad pressure. It like hurts your neck. So you can
tune
really
into
use
the
it
video podcast to look at this nonsense contraption that
this is so goofy. I feel like it should have like backpack straps to like help.
That's what you'd think.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've got a big.
You pulled it out, and I was like, "How is that going to hang on your back?" And it
that's
honestly
so
doesn't look
strange.
like it does.
Yeah, like you have to really, Like, I get why you'd want it for laying down, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because like it's the big fear is that you're lying in your bed and you drop your phone on your face. But like, I feel like something like that is more convenient for sitting, and so why wouldn't they make it comfortable for sitting?
I agree. It's adjustable too, so you can like move the straps.
That's kind of cool.
Plastic, but
you know what you can do?
What?
They have those like. The glam bot at like all the red carpet events?
No.
That's like the one where it's like a short little video and it's like slow motion.
Spins?
Yeah, like
no, the one that like zooms in on.
Zooms in really fast, and and so they always go like make just a little movement, and it'll look really cool, and then like you see the celebrity doing whatever.
Yeah.
I saw this like online thing where it was like. Make your own glam bot, and they taped one of those to the ceiling and like rocked it, and so like it would film when it was like coming back towards you, and that's the whole thing. You can make glam bot videos, right?
I guess so, yeah. I don't know. So I'm also debating like whether I just like pitch this because like it was $12. I didn't really pay for it. Like it was just
fake
flex
money.
bucks.
Yeah.
And I have to like move everything back, and it's like this is a big boy. Do I really want to pack this up?
What you do is you make it a prize for one of your RAs next year.
Actually, yeah, you should do that.
I'll leave it for whoever's gonna be in this room next year.
Right. Oh man. No. Reduce, reuse, recycle.
I guess so.
Very goofy. Or you do a POV, you're right in front of me kind of video, or POV, you're my coffee cup, and you pretend it's like being held in front of you.
I can make POV TikTok videos now. My dream.
Oh man. You said that was a rainy thing, but I think that was a sunny.
It can be whatever the audience wants it to be.
Yeah. Oh man. Alrighty. Well, talk about movies and stuff with your friends.
Go see Doctor Strange. It's pretty good.
Go see Doctor Strange. It's pretty good.
Or wait.
No.
It's fine if you want to wait.
It is weird and a little bit scary, but I like it.
I like weird. I don't like scary.
Only a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like if you like horror movies, you won't think it's scary. If you don't like,
but
horror
I don't
movies,
like horror movies.
You might be like, ooh, a little creepy.
But that's probably the extent. Yeah, a little creepy. You're not gonna go like, ah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Have a sunny Wednesday.
Bye.